Hi everybody, my name is Justin, and today I'm going to be ranting about grades. Grades are everyone's favorite topic, right? What I'd like to say is that grades don't matter, and I'd like to try to convince you of that right now. Let me tell you a little story. So one time I had a student, and she was really excited to tell me that she had just taken the philosophy course at our institution. And I was excited to talk to her because I had helped design that course. So I said, which course was it? Was it this philosophy class or this one? One is ethics and one is critical thinking. She said, I don't know. I said, okay, well, what was it about? Was it about, and I listed off some topics in ethics and listed off some topics in critical thinking. And she said, I don't know. And she had just taken the class. It was her most recent class. And then after that, she looked at me and she said, but I got an A. Like, seemingly to indicate that she did a good job in the class. But in my heart sunk because all I could think about was that this person had taken a full class. She'd gotten an A, and she couldn't even tell me what the class was about, like nothing. And so I tell this story because this is what we often see with students. And it's not their fault. And I'm not blaming that student. And I, of course, encouraged her and said, it's great that you got an A. I didn't rant like I'm about to right now. But what's the problem there? Just think about it. The problem is that we have conditioned students to believe that their self-worth is measurable by a letter or a mixture of letters and numbers on a piece of paper. And so what you end up getting is students who are very proud of themselves because they get certain letters and numbers. But ultimately, they have little to no knowledge, no deep knowledge, nothing that they can remember. That's what I'm talking about with deep knowledge. Something that is in your brain that you can harness at the drop of a hat. When somebody says, hey, what was critical thinking about? You say, well, a lot of it was based around arguments and providing good reasons for ... A lot of it was around informal logical fallacies. One of them is red herring. Another one is like this. That's knowledge. That's the knowledge that I'm talking about. And so what I'm encouraging you right now to think about is not to measure your self-worth by grades. Grades do not measure your learning. Learning is what takes place deep inside you, something that, again, you can recall whenever you need it, something that contributes to your overall intellectual development, something that you can use in your life to make your life better. We all love to learn. Don't let anyone lie to you. We beat it out of children when they're young, the desire to learn, by forcing them to learn things that they don't want to learn, and by giving them grades that make them feel badly if they get grades that are in the C and D range, and make them feel really good about themselves if they're in the A range. And then we condition these young little humans to think that their whole self-worth is based on these values, these numerical values and these letter grade values. And then it destroys some students' confidence in themselves. It doesn't recognize their own inherent capabilities and things in other areas that they might be interested in. And it ultimately leads to adults who continue this process through college by nitpicking every single question that they missed, or fighting against every single point that they lost on a paper because of this or that. And they have no focus at all on the whole point of education, which is learning. So I understand that some people need to have certain grades in order to maintain scholarships, in order to apply to medical school, in order to do all of these things that they want to do. That's a separate category. But what I would say is, even though there you have to recognize grades as having something of value, I would still encourage you to think of them only as hoops to jump through. And that the real reason why you're pursuing that is because of your desire to learn. So focus on what you're learning. Focus on how your mind is developing. Focus on the things that you're teaching your children or your friends, the things that you're learning, the ways that you're changing over grades at all costs. Grades do not measure your value as a human being. They don't measure your learning in school, and they don't measure how valuable you are against other human beings. If you are in school, any type of school, and you are not learning, you're wasting your time and probably spending thousands and thousands of dollars while you're wasting your time. What's the point of being in school if you just try to get the grade and you don't care about what you're learning or how it can improve your life? The same goes for people who enter college and they end up cheating or buying papers or using cheating services. What's the point? You're paying thousands of dollars and now you're paying even more to these other people for what? For nothing, because you're not participating, you're not learning. And all of that will come out in the end when you're asked by someone to present your knowledge and you just look like a fool. And so, if you want to cheat, nobody's forcing you to be in college, right? No one's forcing you to make these decisions, and you're just digging yourself deeper into holes related to financial burdens that you'll have in the future. And also, you're not engaging in the process. So you're not having a good time. Nobody's having a good time when they feel like they have to cheat. And you're just missing out. So all that I will end with, again, grades equal bad. Grades equal bad. Say it with me. Grades don't matter. Grades are not a reflection of who I am. Who I am is a learner. You are a learner. Be a learner. Just keep focusing on what you're learning. The grades will follow if you do that.